When authorities arrested a victim's ex-husband for being the man who brutally attacked her, Canton resident Morgan Metzer admits she still had doubts.
Yeah. After all, her attacker wore a mask and mechanically disguised his voice. But Fox 5 I-Team reporter Randy Travis says there's another reason, one that many abused women struggle with every day.
It's sickening to me that this happened to her, and it's sickening to me that y'all think that I would do this.
Even with all the evidence pointing right at him, Rodney Metzer assured Cherokee County Sheriff's investigators they just weren't seeing the truth.
I'm a very kind, gentle, I don't have an angry bone in my body. I'm not an aggressive person.
He thought the cops were just going to cop it up as a break-in and not find the person.
The person who broke into Morgan Metzer's home early New Year's morning, a mask disguising his face, something altering his voice. He rushed to pin down Morgan in her bed, pistol whipping and then squeezing his hands around her neck until she almost passed out.
I believe I was saying I'm sorry. And I don't know why I was saying I'm sorry, but that was one of the first things that made me think it was him.
The couple met when she was 14 and he was a high school senior. Married 10 years, they had just divorced a month earlier, the two of them remaining friends for the sake of their twins. The intruder left Morgan with her hands zip-tied and a pillowcase over her head. Minutes later, Rodney showed up to rescue her. He even called 911 and stayed to comfort his understandably hysterical ex-wife.
It's just my hands my back, so I've got them written off.
But authorities would later find an open bag of those same zip ties in his apartment. And in his online search history, how long to choke someone unconscious and how to change the sound of your voice. Rodney was arrested for the attack on Morgan, confirming her first thoughts that night. And yet...
And there was quite a few times where, I convinced myself even after that maybe it wasn't him, maybe it was somebody else. I can't believe we're doing this to him, guys.
There's actually a term for what was happening to Morgan, making someone question their sanity in a relationship. It's called gaslighting. And experts say during this pandemic, it's been happening more and more.
You know perfectly well how you imagine things.
In this 1940 British film Gaslight, a devious husband plays tricks on his wife, including lowering the gas lights in their London home to convince her she's going insane.
Well, love, you're not lying. There's only one alternative. You're losing your wits.
Especially in lockdown when we're more isolated and we're more stressed. Main source of information is coming from that one person who's saying to you, you're so paranoid. Don't you see it? Everyone knows it.
Dr. Robin Stern founded the Yale Center for Emotional Intelligence and has interviewed many women who experience gaslighting.
And it works. It works. It's a very effective means of controlling somebody.
He'd put certain things in my head and say that I did something wrong, but really it was him that was doing it.
Looking back, she now realizes how much Rodney controlled her view of reality.
He had me convinced I pushed him down the stairs. I did not.
And she wants her story to make a difference for others.
Everyone thought I had the perfect life. We don't lean on each other or, necessarily give it our friends the true light of what our life looks like. And I feel like if we did, we might be able to hear, oh, this isn't healthy.
Rodney Metzer eventually admitted reality, pleading guilty to all charges.
He's going to have 25 years, most of that in prison, to kind of think about what he did to the person that he was supposed to love. This was somebody who was her life since she was 14, the father of her children. So Morgan is the one that is going to have to find her new journey, her new path.
An opening to a new life that got its start in the darkest hours of a new year. In Canton, Randy Travis, Fox 5 News.